Just start recording. Stretch.
As I'm rolling.
Yeah. I think I was saying like the good news is you know now. Like I said, 2020, we thought, oh, we need to just go hard on YouTube, focus on it, and then realize, oh shit, there's so much to learn that I still don't yet know that I need to. 2021, educate.
Yeah.
While educating 2021 now, he then created the mentality that, okay, in order to be able to go to the US, I just need to be a successful creator because then I make a lot of money. That in spite of the cost of living in the US, in spite of the cost of living in the US, I don't have problem. I make a lot of money anyways off of being a creator because in my head then, well, the goal is to become a top creator, a top 1% creator in 2021. And so 2021 leading into 2022, still part of the learning is learning and now coming up with the mentality that, well, it doesn't look like you can become a top creator if you're not a top American creator, if you're not in America, or at least a country similar to that, but if you are not in America. And that then made 2022's mission to find a way to get to America, which we did find, which is what brought us to this conversation and where we are now. And then 2022, through 2022 leading to 2023, then realizing, most especially now in 2023, that it's not about being in America or in London, irrespective of where you are, it's just very hard to become a creator now. And you really don't have to be in America. You don't have to be, there's no location that defines success as an American YouTube creator. What defines the success is irrespective of location. As a matter of fact, some of his best creators have to go, have to travel out of America to film the videos because travel videos are huge. Because spectacle is finished. How much spectacle you can create in a space, Mr. Beast has found how much spectacle you can just do in your warehouse or in your compound or something. Now it's about showing places that actually exist that people don't think exist. It's one of the things that, one of the viral concepts that people do. So, like going to Japan, going to Spain, all this sort of thing. So now he's realizing that in 2023 now, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can become a top American YouTube creator. What you have to do is what seems near impossible to do. Which we've already talked about, the whole shocking, how much you have to shock people, how much spectacle or how much surprise or how much shock you have to do, and then the timing and season. So basically, knowing all that and connecting it to what we were saying about moving to the America, it's like, well, that was supposed to be the ticket. You may have forgotten that was supposed to be the ticket because you eventually went to the mentality that, oh, if I'm in America, I can become a top creator. So anyhow I think I get to America, it doesn't really matter as long as I get there and become a top creator. Well, you don't just get to America, snap your finger now in America. I'm still not doing anything about being a top creator today. Because what I need to do is I have to, if I want to personality based, I have to scatter to be top 1% creator is what we're talking about. I have to do more than one stream speed. I have to be crazier than I should speed. If I snap my finger now, crazier and willing to do all the things he's done and more now, even if I was in America right now. And if I was in America right now, to become a top 1% creator, I would have to do similar to what Mr. Beast has done. Crazier than everything Eric and Ryan Tran have done. And Ryan Tran spent 30 days surviving on a penny from California to North Carolina. And that was not even the craziest thing that has ever happened on YouTube. And he was already an established creator, like multiple time established creator. Like there is the commentary days of getting to 1 million subscribers. So from that point, he's already established. Then he went from that to already being a big survival challenge guy and had gotten 50 million views before or 30 million views before at the time. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, literally, to be a top creator. But here's the thing, I never really wanted to go to the US as a way of becoming a top creator. That was the life I wanted to live. I wanted to live there because the quality of life there is better, but expensive. But because I was going to become a top creator, top 1% creator, at the time I didn't separate the 1% because what I've learned in 2023 is there really is the top 1% creator and then there is others. So the top creator is not enough. Many top creators can't really, don't have as much financial freedom as the top 1% do. They just are better than the average person, or rather richer and wealthier than the average person. So the thing that makes you then ask now is, so basically, it's almost like the realization now, seeing tax, the cost of tax and all those things, is realizing that, well, the first thing I thought was kind of correct. this is too expensive. I need to have a lot of money to do it. And I was down until I realized that the way I plan to make the money, I cannot, because I thought I had to be there. Then I realized, I don't have to be there. It's supposed to be good news. I was like, well, it's not about not being there. It's that the door is closed. You would have to sneak in. So the good news now is, sneaking in, and it does not matter where I am in the world. I can find a way to sneak in. So you are better off sneaking in from a place where you can afford the cost of living than trying to sneak in from a place that your chances of sneaking in continues to get less and less because your income continues to go away to tax and some other expensive things. You understand? It's like the question, if you could become a successful YouTuber from anywhere in the world, where in the world would you choose to be? I would say the places that balances cheap with quality lifestyle. And so that would be the smart thing to do, because that's where you can, let me rephrase it. If you can become a successful YouTuber from anywhere in the world, it will just take a lot of time and constantly trying again and again and again and trying, not with known strategies. You are trying to sneak in here, so it's just for proper, more like you're trying your luck. Luck in the sense that you are hoping you stumble on a strategy that exists that no one has explored. And by you just trying again and again, you stumble on that strategy without knowing until it's success. Which means you're talking just repeating it with no certainty of when it will end. If you can do that from anywhere in the world, you're better off doing it from a place in the world where you can do that for as long as it will be necessary. Wherever that is for you. It could be the America, maybe because of the income that you have. But you want it to be a place where you are able to afford to live there and afford to make the sacrifices necessary to keep trying to look for how you will sneak in. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, why are we talking about sneaking in? Because the YouTube was supposed ending. Is it ending?
No.
The YouTube was supposed to serve as a way, also primarily even, aside a hobby and a passion, supposed to serve as the ticket for how you make money to acquire for the quality of life you want.
Yes.
But the only way YouTube will afford me the quality of life that I aspire for is if I'm a top 1% creator. And that is almost impossible. I have to keep trying to find a way in. So I cannot hold on to that as my primary focus. Do you get? Because it's uncertain.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And unpredictable.
Yeah.
So that has to be a side thing. Something happening on the side. Yeah. Or there's this YouTube thing that I believe that I can actually, not crack the code. I've cracked the code and I'm not allowed in. So I'm trying to just find a way to break the door. Literally. It's like they've told me the code. But I don't have access. My name is not in the VIP. Yeah. I'm making it into this party, guys. I don't know how now, because this is the most secure building in the planet. So it might take me 6 years to figure it out. I just let you know that every day I go to sleep, I'm thinking about this party and how I'm going to enter, another way that I will enter. You understand? That cannot be my main focus. You understand? Mm-hmm. My focus then has to be, why did I want to get to the party anyways? The quality of life. Okay, are there other means through which I can afford that quality of life? Fortunately for me, there's the editing and consulting and creative direction and all that. So the focus then should be to make as much as you can from that. You understand? From editing, consulting, and those ones. So now if you're making that and you're now in a place where you're finishing it, you're not going to increase the quality of your life. You'll just be alive and healthy. Yeah. But it will not be growing. And if it's not growing, then you're better off just chasing this thing, which you are not better off doing. So you're better off not doing that either. You're better off staying in a place that can allow you to continue to scale the finance to afford the quality of life. What's that quality of life? It's not necessarily living in the US. Even if I live in the US, the plan is to be able to travel everywhere, Asia, Africa, Europe. There's no one specific place. The main thing, and so the way to go about it is to calculate what's that thing you want to do. All of this is why itself. The YouTube, America, why? Well, first, there is the passion for YouTube. I like creating content. So, okay, cool. Thankfully, YouTube did not stop people from creating. YouTube did not say if you don't have up to 1,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, we'll delete your channel. So, that one is checked. You can create content. Yeah. And so, passion, hobby, you love it, that one is checked. What is the other reason? Why else? What else do you want from YouTube? Money, community, and money. You understand? Is there a way to get, well, that brings you back to the 1% talk. Well, you need the 1% talk depending on the size of that you're talking about. So what size of community are you talking about? Well, a large one. But I also just like a small group of community. Well, you can get that on YouTube. Check. Are you following? The money now, it's like, well, big money, because if you get 1 million views, that's $2,000, $2,000, $3,000. I get, like, my clients will just post one video, I've gotten $2,000, 500 ideation, 1,500. Literally, I've gotten 1 million views. Every week, I get like 3 million views worth of money already. Do you know how hard it is to get 3 million views? The top creators, apart from that top 1%, the top creators, that's what they get, 3 million views. Like on some days, I'm trying to post, and that's the 3 million views for like 2 weeks. That's my 1 week of this thing. Oh. That's a good 1 week, 2 weeks. So what's the point of doing it if it's the money, for the aspect of money, for passion and for sense of just having small community? We'll check it off, go ahead and do it. But for money, then it's not wise to do it, because you're earning less from it. So why are you making it your main focus when you earn more from this that you also love? And you're doing it for money. This is making more money now. That's why are you doing it? So you can do it for passion and then introduce and then focus on this one that is giving you money. But you're still doing it because you love it. But the money is not that you're leaving it. There genuinely isn't that money there. It's not a lie. Like when you are a top creator, you'll probably be making what you are making as the consultant that you are. When you're a top creator that you don't even know how you're going to take and be it, and you understand what I'm saying? You'll probably be making similar to that, or similar to what you can push this one to potentially make. So YouTube, which means YouTube you don't make any decision prioritizing wanting to be an American creator. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm striking out being an American top creator from being priority. Okay. The priority is top 1%, and that is you don't know you're trying to sneak in, and you can do that anywhere. So cool, keep doing that. It doesn't have to be your main focus. You can find a way to sneak in, whatever, and it shouldn't be your main focus because it's not guaranteed. You're just insistent that you will find a way. Now, to be a normal, let me run it again, top 1%, not guaranteed. So don't make it your main focus. If you really think you can find a way, since you insist, keep finding. But that cannot be, you cannot make decisions based on that assumption. It's not the smart thing to do financially. Because why? You want to be a top 1% creator, largely because of the financial reward that comes with being a top 1% creator. Yes. You understand? The second thing now is just top creator, just normal top creator. Barrier for entry is also super high, but more feasible than the other. But even when you enter finish and you're getting 1 million views, basically that one, the barrier for entry is high, yet the income is similar to what you can make from this other thing. And then cost of production is there. So that 2 million views, you spend transport, spend this, if you travel, if you build a set, you probably spend like $3,000 to get $2,000. So out of not a priority as well. As a passion, you don't have to spend money. You can make the videos that don't cost money anywhere you are and build the small community, get your 100 views or your 1,000 views or your 10,000 views for that one for passion. So that one you can do, but it's passion, so you can do that on the side. It's not the main focus. So still, nothing from the 3 things we mentioned is giving you that money that you're looking for. Only then, the editing and consulting. That's what is giving you the money, but not the money you're looking for. It's giving you the kind of money that is enough to sustain you, but from what we've learned about taxes and cost of living, not enough to take you to that America. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which means, what are you left with? You are left with just managing the income you have, scaling it, right? Whilst trying to sneak into the top 1% to allow you to live large. So while you are managing the income you have and scaling it, then you shouldn't go to a place that you can't scale it easily because of the cost of living. You understand?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing you've got. YouTube is not coming to save you. You understand? YouTube is not coming to save you. That's the only thing you got. And so if you do that, how are you then going to scale to that point to now afford that lifestyle? It's been kind of like all over the place, but I believe you understand. So,
yeah.
So it then means the smart thing could then be, wait, you could sneak in from anywhere in the world, which means you really don't have to be there. That's the only thing, and that's the thing that will give you the ticket. So how, and if you finally sneak in, you can get to America. So how about until you sneak in, don't go to America? You understand? When you sneak in, now the money is coming in hundreds of thousands monthly. Now we can talk about, oh, how can I sneak in? Sorry, how can I then go to America? Because by the time the cost of living and the tax and everything is taken out, you're still good. But until you sneak in, it's not that going to America is going to stop you from sneaking in. It's that it's going to affect you financially. And if you're affected financially, it's unlikely that you can devote time and energy to trying to sneak in because you don't have enough finance to afford the kind of life that you desire for yourself. So how about step one? Or rather, not step one. How about you focus on that, building your finance to this thing to the max you can from that particular the potential that particular career has, whether editing or consulting and all those stuff. Building from that, upping this thing from where you are, without the cost of living, the expensive cost of living and huge task. You understand? How about doing that while trying to sneak in? And when you finally sneak in, it's like, oh shit, let's go. Now you can go. Why? Because the America had nothing to do with anything. It's just that you want to be there.
Yeah.
So then you cannot make a life decision based on something you just want. If you're making a life decision, it has to be important. And as at 2021, it looked important because based on research, you feel like in America it should be this thing. But now you know it's not. So the priority of America in my mind, basically, which is kind of like what I was writing this morning, has dropped to 2018. You understand?
Yeah.
My prioritization of America has dropped. It's increased every year, as you would have observed, because according to the information made available to me at the time, it was necessary. I'm realizing that it's not necessary. It's like, oh, well, if it's not necessary, I'm not like that in a rush or that they are pursuing me. I just like the idea of being in America. I'm not still going to be going out like that, except to like resorts or travel to Mexico or travel to Bahamas, which is not the America. I can do that, from anywhere else. It's just the idea of living there. So I never plan to make huge sacrifice for this idea. Do you get?
Yeah.
This sacrifice I was willing to make was for YouTube, and this idea looked like it was going to help YouTube. But I'm not willing to do anything to be in America. No, it's not that bad. You understand what I'm saying? Is that I thought, former information we had was that, well, that would be a foundation and make the dream come true. Well, now, no. The dream can come true anywhere. It's not America that is holding it back. It's just the fact that the dream is difficult and unlikely. But I insist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while I insist, I cannot be wasting my money when I can be in a place where cost of living is lower and they're not pursuing me and I don't have problem. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to run, I'm tired of the frustration of the country. It was never that. This is a dream since I was young, when I didn't understand fully the frustration of the country. It's the quality of life that I imagine and the ambience that I seek, but it's not that bad. And I never was that hungry. My hunger was to succeed on YouTube. So I will stay hungry, but now I'm not doing all the things. So I'm going back to 2018 with the understanding that I need to sneak in. So, but now also with a source of income that I can scale while I keep trying to sneak in. And so it's just that. And the day I finally sneak in, whenever that is, then I'm like, oh cool. If I'm popular like Speed while I'm not in America, I'm making as much as Speed is making. Instead of a Lamborghini, I'll process a visa instead of 2 cars. So I don't. So why should I go there when